thank you for everybody for the support. If you're not here this year, hope to see you next year, but thank you for all that came this year.
Hey there, Punk with Toys. Lawrence here with you at JoeFest 2025. We're going to do another walkthrough. I know people really seemed to like it last year. This year's actually bigger than it has been before. So I kind of want to show you the hotel just quickly. The reason for someone was like asking, and they're like, I kind of feel like it's like this rundown place. It's anything but rundown. You got to think about the Masters when it comes to golf. This is where a lot of them are going to stay. So anyway, we're going to take a little walk through here. Going to walk you all through so you can see exactly how big this convention actually is. But quickly here, this is actually where they're going to be doing all their panels, which is way better than last year. Last year we kind of all got stuck in a specific area doing a panel, and you couldn't hear, but they changed it to move the panels right up there. And actually started where all the panels were. They moved everything up here, and they put some more booths in here. So we're gonna take a quick walk through there so you guys can check it all out. I'm actually gonna start at the back, not the entrance. Hopefully everything's kind of uncovered because the show technically hasn't opened yet. But anyway, let's get into this. You guys can tell me what you guys think at the end. You guys can decide if, hey, you know what? 2026, I'm gonna have to come, because you know what? There were a lot of people that said 2024, after I did the walkthrough, after we talked about how much they loved it, they weren't going to miss it. Well, guess what? A lot of people went ahead and missed it. So, all right, so let's get into this. We're gonna do a nice little walkthrough. All right, so this is the back of it. Technically, this is the end. This is the second level, and again, this is where we did the swap last year. And as you can see, there's just a lot of vendors here. We got Brutal Realm over here. Over here, we're gonna have Collegiate Legends, which is also the same company that owns Savage Crucibles. Get some more vendors. I think you're gonna see a lot of stuff that isn't uncovered yet because it's still really, really early. All right, so this is just the upper, like I said. I want to give everyone an idea of just how large this convention is and how much you're going to be able to do for a good 3 hours. So once again, this is just the upstairs, small amount of vendors. How I've been to toy shows that are about this big. So all right, so let's take a little walk back down, and I think right over here we see the actual owner and operator of JoeFest. Hey Ed, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Want to say hi to everyone quickly?
Hey!
This is the owner of JoeFest. I'm just doing my walkthrough right now. Just want to say hi. Thank you.
Attention, JoeFest 2025 vendors.
And that's David.
Guests. It is Saturday morning, and JoeFest 2025 is open for early birds. Let them in.
Yeah, we're in the middle of relocating downstairs Collegiate Legends.
Okay.
Thank you for everybody for the support. If you're not here this year, hope to see you next year, but thank you for all that came this year.
All right, man. Thank you very much. All right. We're going to let these guys walk by, and I'm going to stop this. All right, so this is your walk down here, and I'm just kind of scan this entire place before we walk on down, but this is really what you're going to be looking at. Again, this place is it's pretty massive. It's a lot of fun, and you're going to meet a lot of great people. So anyway, let's get this walkthrough going. So now you guys are all going to enjoy it.
You did the right thing for sure.
All right, so on the floor, like I said, we're gonna go through a lot of vendors. So it is a lot like just a regular toy show, but this is where you're gonna get a lot of toy makers, some exclusives. Again, I think we'd all love to have a few more exclusives, but having the toy makers here, it's really what changes what you think of a local show. because there's just so much to look at, so much to see. So here's a customs booth. Here we have a whole bunch of dinosaurs, and again, I know when you think of G.I. Joe, you're not thinking of dinosaurs, but that's exactly what this is, man.
Oh, you want to hear about it? No, I'll give you the whole spiel.
We
are Creative Beast Studio. We have the most scientifically accurate, hyper-detailed, articulated dinosaur line of any market in the world. So we started with Beasts of Mesozoic, and these are like the lizard, you try to think of normal dinosaurs. You got the T-Rexes, theropods, ceratopsians, and raptors. Well, then we decided we want to move on to the mammals as well. So we have the Cenozoic. So we have the Smilodons and the mammoths right now, and the Andrewsarchus in this case will be coming out soon. So we'll have a lot of more creatures from the Cenozoic coming out soon. Then we also wanted to create something unique because we had the dinosaurs and we love Transformers, we love Dino Riders and armors, right? So we went the next step and we created armors for our dinosaurs. This is our Cyberzoic line. This takes place on Gaia 2. And on Gaia 2, the inhabitants of that planet were actually giant dragons. So we have Kuro Okame here, and everything's in the 1/18 scale. This is Kuro Okame. He's one of the dragons, and so is this guy over here, the lizard dragon. They're these beasts that are unstoppable and overpowered, and nobody can stop them. So when the settlers from Earth came over to Gaia 2, they had here. I don't even know who you are. No. When they came over to Gaia 2, we had to create these superpowered beasts with DNA we used from Earth. And when we created them, we made these armor sets go on them so they could fight the dragons because we couldn't stop them. They're destroying us. So now we have transforming armor sets. So if you look down here, we have the Allosaurus with the Dragon Slayer armor that transforms into a hover tank. So you take it off and it's a modular transformation with the rider Argentius. And he's one of our main characters. Next to him, we have the Utah Raptor with the jet armor. And the jet armor actually transforms, like it says, into a jet. With its rider, it's one of the tech clans. We then have the Razor Hound on the Kilometer Raptor, and this armor is really cool. It turns into a mech beast. So it comes off and turns into a wolf canine Razor Hound beast. Then we have the Dilophosaurus with the Pterodactyl armor. This armor is my favorite. It comes off and turns into a wyvern flying bird creature with flame wings. Super neat. We also have the Saber Beast, and it's called the Saber Beast because it actually was used to fight these crazy beasts. So it has these telescoping cannons, so they actually go in and out with the cool effects, and this is written by Dragolina. We had a Kickstarter exclusive for our Kickstarter with the Cyberzoic, and that's right here. This is Helena, same character, but this is before she became Dragolina, on her Saber Beast mount with the original colors, so the homage to the Dino Rider line for the Saber-tooth Tiger. We also have our Gladius Prime right here, and these two armors do not transform, but they're just as cool with all of our stuff that's coming out soon.
All right.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yes, it was. All right. All right, here's some little artwork right here. All right. So like I said, a lot of stuff still not open just yet. But like I said, so many vendors. You're gonna have a lot of fun here. Right over here, we got our 4 horsemen. All right, I think we all know who the 4 horsemen are, right? They always come with a lot of good stuff. All right. You get some Barbies over here. So again, you're gonna find all kinds of stuff. Comics, but we haven't really gotten to where there's too many of the actual toy makers. Some artwork right over here, and I know you guys know me. You think I can talk all the time. I actually can't. You gotta take a little bit of time just so you guys can take it all in. So right here we have Fans Hobby.
Attention JoeFest 2025 attendees.
There's David T. Allen once again.
If you would like to get a ticket for the Sergeant Slaughter's breakfast on Sunday morning, go to the Sergeant Slaughter booth to buy your tickets there. They have a few tickets left for the Sergeant Slaughter's breakfast tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. Thank you.
All right, so this is the Chosen Prime Fans Hobby. They have the Air Eagle. There's the JoeFest exclusive. It's the same one as we've seen before, but this is one of the actual JoeFest exclusives. There we have their Dune Buggy, their Not Fang. All right. Got a whole bunch of more vendors right over here. And here we have the finest. This is a G.I. Joe cosplay club. All right, kind of like the 501st, except G.I. Joe is cooler. All right. So that was one aisle. We have a whole bunch of aisles to go through. So let's see if we can kind of move a little bit quicker, because what we're going to be looking here is just so many different vendors. And I will say this, one of the best things is you will find some really good deals here. One of the things that a lot of people don't really realize is when you go to a lot of your local stores, you know, you're paying good prices because you're seeing the product. Here, you're going to find a lot of stuff that you can get at a decent price because they know there's a lot of competition. So this is where you want to complete your original O-ring line, or at least add to it, shall I say, completing it. You're crazy if you're able to complete this. So once again, there's all these different places. Here's the Savage Crucible. All right. And they have a wonderful, wonderful display. Way more than I guess I can say that I was actually expecting. So here they've been moved. Their football, their collegiate legends, which unfortunately, from what I understand, Michigan's not coming, and that's very disappointing for this guy. And it's not your fault. It's on other people. We got Mark the Toys right here, trying to help Grindhouse Toys. And let's be honest, if you like Blockbuster, you're gonna love their design of their stuff. So, all right. Got a few more vendors. Oh, we haven't. Here we can see a USS flag being built. He was here last year, and this thing is amazing. So, we have to get some pictures and come back to this a little bit later. All right. So right here, we have Top Fun Toys. If you've been following the channel, you know I've been reviewing a lot of this stuff. 3D printed weapons, including the actual Viper weapons. There's John right there. Got to meet him yesterday. I'll be talking to you a little bit later. We're going to do some interviews later on. So John, great seeing you. Here we go. We got this wonderful diorama here. Like I said, there is so much to see here. And we were looking at these. These just look absolutely amazing. So, all right.
You gotta take a picture with me. A doll has to be fun.
So what we have here, once again, so like I said, this is what makes it like a regular toy convention. The scale of this is just absolutely huge. And you're gonna find obviously a lot of Joe stuff. Here we're gonna have the international heroes. If you want your Action Force stuff, this is where you're gonna go. These guys come on over from across the pond, as I like to say. And this is where people that are into the international heroes, the Action Force, you're going to be able to find everything. There's Steven right there, wonderful guy.
Hey, dude.
Nice seeing you again, Steven.
Poker Toys?
Yep.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, man.
Love your show, brother.
Nice to meet you.
I want to get a picture with you.
Okay.
I know you're funny.
Nope, that's fine. So anyway, this is an international heroes, all the Action Force stuff. All right, so back to that. Had to talk to somebody that recognized me, wanted to say hi. All right, so here we have Ramen Toys. We got Ace over here. He's doing something right over there. Look at Ace is always working. Here we have his turtle lair, his turtle sewer. much better price than we've seen elsewhere. There we got the Super 7 booth. They just showed off some new stuff. And then we have the Big Bad Toy Store, the Operation Monster Force stuff. All right, I think we all know my feelings on this. Really happy with this. So they got their booth here. And here we have the actual Savage Crucible booth. Again, there you can see the other side. And you can see exactly how big this thing is.
I'm tired of doing.
So they dropped a lot of Wave 2. They only brought so much, but I think it's actually pretty cool. They wanted to get some of the product out, so people are going to be happy with that. All right, so here's Operation Recall. We're going to be taking a look at this stuff a little bit later. And here's a lot of the paint masters that they're working on. All right, so.
So it was intended to be regular, well, not shoulder height, but it was intended to be.
All right, so here is the your Hidden Force. Like I said, a lot of independent companies.
I mean, some of the holes, but you might.
Here we have just a vendor that's covered. Here's where I believe Gem is going to be. These are the old karate gis for my moderator Matthew Madsen. Look at that one; it has blood all over it. Even when he was a little kid. Make sure your swords are on the right side, or on the proper side, shall I say, not the right side. All right. So once again, here's your Codename Iowa booth where I plan on being once again, or not once again, but for the first time. We got Same Time Toys, but he's an idiot, doesn't even recognize that I'm here. But we haven't really gotten to all the other companies that are going to be here. So once again, this is just a nice little walkthrough. I'm going to be doing some interviews a little bit later.
You should have.
All right.
Attention, JoeFest 2025 vendors.
And we get David T. Allen once again.
We have some special guests here at JoeFest 2025. First time guests, Zach Hoffman and Francois Chow. And we have returning guests, Brian Cummings and Sergeant Slaughter. Please go visit their booths. Thank you, and have a great day.
Depending how long I do this, you may hear a few more announcements from David T. Allen. He's the unsung star of this show, and you will get to know his voice very well. All right. There's Same Time Toys again. Still doesn't recognize me. Here's some nice stands. I actually purchased one for the Rattler yesterday. I can actually bank it, and you can actually have it so if your landing gear is down, like I just talked about on the classic review, you don't have to worry about closing that landing gear, because as we all know, that's the death sentence for your Rattler. All right. So here we're going to have Marauder gun runners. So this is one of the one of the booths with the dealers here. Here we have our Skeletron. All right, and they're actually on the other side also. So they do a lot of work together. And once again, Skeletron comes in showing some amazing stuff along with Marauder gun runners. So what we have over here, Super 7 showing off some new stuff that they have coming. All right. So here's all the older stuff we've already seen. And then over here, we got some new stuff that's gone up for pre-order. I don't think that it is, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be available just yet. But if you're into O-rings, Super 7's still going to be doing it. And these are based after the cartoon. And then we have some new Ultimates, once again, that are just repaints. All right. So once again, all these vendors, you want to complete some stuff. All right. And from what I understand, this is the guy that helped me fix my flint. He gave it to 3-star draw, Darren. Once again, thank you very much for
Yeah, for sure.
for giving that to Darren. What was the name of your company again?
Yojo Depot.
Yojo Depot. I know he told me, but I can't remember anything.
Wall, Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right. Thank you. So this is what I'm talking about. So many people come in here, and again, what makes this different than a regular just Comic-Con that you're going to go to is the fact that they actually have manufacturers here showing off new toys, showing off old toys. I think Savage Crucible just showing up, selling some of Wave 2, which I know a lot of people, including my moderator, Matthew Matson, was hoping to get. So we're about to walk down the last aisle in the show, and then we're going to go outside and actually going to show where, if you walk in, what you're actually going to see. So, all right. So this is the Attorney of Dreams. They probably bring the largest toy, the largest shop here. They're here every single year. We see them at a lot of different shows. Here we have LaCroix Toys. Here's our buddy.
How you doing, my friend?
How you doing? What was your name? I'm Anthony. Anthony. I'm trying to record and remember. I picked one of these up. Oh, hey, look, the one that I bought is actually sold out. So if you remember the the Cobra Bunker, very similar, and you'll see my whole review on that. I opened it up. It was awesome. So I just want to look at it. I love the magnets. Love the magnets. So there's LaCroix Toys, who does all kinds of different little exclusives. So, and then here we have our the bat. You saw a picture with me, taken with it last year. And this year, they brought Zartan, all right? And then what's super cool about this is 3D printed, the same as the bat. But this one right now, they put the mohawk on it. They do have the mask, and he does have the hood. The hood is back there, so you'll see a picture of me. You know what, maybe I'll post a picture in here when I get a second. But yeah. Is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay, because you are
Viper 6.
Viper 6. Yeah. Met you last year with that when we were outside and it was like 300 degrees and like, can I take it? You're like, I need to get it in.
I reprinted parts of that to make it more heat resistant.
Awesome.
It's too hot down here for this.
Take care, man. All right. This video is going to be much longer than last year's, so hope you guys are all still sticking in here. All right, we got Brian Cummings, the voice of Dr. Mindbender, and so many others.
Oh, hi. You came to my booth and everything.
Hey guys, JoeFest, great place to be every year. Thanks for coming. Thanks for allowing me to come and share the magic with you guys, okay? And as my mom used to say, don't ever change except your size.
You must be Brian Cummings?
I must be, yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop. All right, just had a nice talk with Dr. Mindbender there. Hopefully I'll be able to come back, maybe talk to him a little bit there. Here is the Skeletron booth. I'm just going to say, these things are just absolutely gorgeous. It's just another place that I'm going to be dumping my money, and I'm not going to regret it. So, All right. Here we have the Toy Federation. All right. And then over here, we got call sign Longbow. All right. There's Mikey right over there. Come back, we'll talk to Mikey in a little bit.
Attention JoeFest.
David T. Allen, once again.
We have second floor vendors upstairs. Just use the stairs to the right and then left to go upstairs to our second floor vendors. Thank you and have a great day.
There we get the Sarge over there. Then over here, Delta 17. You're gonna see a lot of stuff, a lot of reviews coming out of me here. We got Mega J, Emerald Knight, the Canadian, Ricondo Joe. We got Wilhelm, we got Crash, and then we got the man Steve right there. And once again, they brought a nice little spread. All right. And don't worry, Ken. I'm not going to show you. The camera doesn't want to break right now. All right. Over here, we got Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, also known as AWOC from so many people. There we have Highly Articulated. Here we got Patriot Force. These guys are working on coming out with a line of using actual real live military figures, or real live military people in their actual line. So, and this is coming right to the end of the actual convention that we're gonna see. But the one thing that we haven't done is we haven't shown where everybody comes in. So we're gonna stop this and I'm gonna show you where you're all actually gonna walk in and what you're gonna see as you're coming in. All right, so this is actually where you're going to come in if you're coming in the actual show. And this is something that we totally missed last year, right? We walked around a whole day and we only found this because we were walking. You know, we went out to breakfast, and when we came back in on Saturday, we realized there was all this other stuff here. I'm kind of just walking against. So, Podcast from the Pit, they somehow got in here. So now I guess they're official JoeFest people. What? they're the JoeFest shows. All right. But even on the outside, before you walk in, you're going to see a few other vendors. And what you actually have here, and I actually think this is really cool, a lot of 3D printed stuff, all right? So right over here, we have Crimson Toys. They're doing 1/18 scale stuff, all 3D printed. Over here, we're going to get Vasco Toys. They got some really nice, some really cool stuff. And again, what can be done with 3D prints is absolutely amazing. All right, so, and you can see getting in is, well, a lot of people to get in right now. So, but this is the actual start of the show of where people would be trying to get in. All right, so there you go. That is a walkthrough of JoeFest 2025. I know it's long, but you know how my stuff goes. I want to give you guys the full experience of what you're going to be looking at.